Last time on Dragon Ball New Hope. Getting knocked down a peg, Goten was taught the hard way that he isn't the greatest fighter on the planet. While his Super Saiyan transformation was nothing to take lightly, it stood no chance against Krillin's ×10 Kaio-ken. Now, the boy is left to train 2 weeks out of every month with the former turtle student. As the years pass, what new heights will he reach? Year 777. Or about 10 years after the Cell Games. Goten and Krillin land in the middle of what appears to be a wasteland. The former questions if they're there yet, which they are. This is where they're going to train. Asking the obvious, Goten is curious why they traveled all the way out here to do that. Couldn't they have just stayed on Grandpa Roshi's island instead? But not for this training. Today will be special. He's allowing the child to transform into a Super Saiyan, resulting in a more than excited reaction. It's been forever since he's been allowed to use it. His mentor believes the student is strong enough now to manage it properly. Though, after all these years, he wonders if he still knows how to transform. If he can't, it'll be Krillin's fault. His teacher laughs this off, doubting he could ever forget how to do it. He already told him it was important for him to learn the basics of martial arts before wielding the power of Super Saiyan. He ushers him to step back a little and transform. Doing so, he screams out, but nothing happens. Only a bit of dust kicks into the air. He worriedly inquires what's wrong. Why isn't he changing? Sporting a devilish grin, he throws his hands to his head shouting, "No, no, no! I can't!" He was right. It's all Krillin's fault because he wouldn't let him use it over the last 3 years. And look what happened. What will they do now? Panicked, he never thought he could actually forget how to transform. Though the boy just laughs that he fell for it, and enough playing around. He hollers for his teacher not to look at him like that. He's kidding. How could he forget something so easy? Feeling is key. Krillin hasn't even taught him how to boost his strength in short bursts yet, but his power is already so high. Unbelievable. This information isn't lost on the student. He wonders himself how he got so freakishly strong. He guesses all that useless training finally paid off after all. Since they have said training, supposes he'll take that as a compliment. With this, the child's cocky nature also returns. He cackles. It looks like he's much, much stronger than him now. Talk about surpassing the master. Rubbing his nose, he asks if he's speechless. He smiles. His student is as arrogant as ever. The power of Super Saiyan is still going to his head. So it's time for today's lesson. Unveiling Kaio-ken ×20. The young prodigy wasn't counting on this. Krillin states this is peak Kaio-ken. It's kind of funny. His soon-to-be opponent appears much less confident all of a sudden, mockingly asking if something's wrong. The taunt aggravates him. With this darn ×20 multiplier, he's undoubtedly stronger here. But it doesn't matter. He calls out that he kept this new power to himself, and now he thinks he's the best because he's letting out a little more energy. Krillin is the one who taught him power alone isn't enough to win. And today, he will only prove that. Which is exactly what his master wanted to hear, though not to expect him to go easy on him. Goten exhales. He really isn't going easy on him. He didn't think he could match his own speed. Who tells his student he's become an incredible warrior. If he wasn't going all out, Krillin wouldn't have stood a chance against him while he's using Super Saiyan. However, boosting one's speed by drawing from their power only makes his hits a lot weaker. But the child only rolls his eyes at what Mr. Know-It-All has to say, causing Krillin to wonder if he actually ever listens to his advice. But Goten screams he doesn't need his advice and already knows how to win this fight. He better get ready because he won't be able to escape his ultimate combo. In a split second, Krillin realizes his student is about to use the Solar Flare, which is more embarrassing to our bald hero than probably anyone else. And now that a certain technique of Goten's has a name. Hit head-on by the boy's killer blast. The warrior coughs he's lost. Goten bellows out with laughter, to a 9.5-year-old no less. He told him he was going to win this time. Now it's game over. But his master is merely kidding. Returning to his maximum Kaio-ken state, Goten can't believe he still has enough left in him to power back up like this. Smoke settling. Krillin goes to make sure his pupil is okay, who appears fine, though the same can't be said about his pride. But his master urges he look at him, referring to how battle-worn they are. The boy cuts him off. He admits Krillin is super strong, but swears this will be the last time that he loses. His teacher offers a few words of encouragement. He reminds it's his birthday in 2 weeks. He hasn't forgotten that he promised to buy him a new video game, right? He laughs at his dual-tracked mind. The kid does know what he wants. As promised, he will get him his game. Also, they're going somewhere really special. For now, it's time to go home. Reaching out, he asks again if he's okay, and is at least enough so to fly on his own. The pair soon stop by a cliff overlooking the city. The child exudes he's never been so tired from flying before, which is normal. His body went through a lot today. After all, it is the first time he's fought at such intensity, hence the reason for resting here a bit. He then prompts him to look at the city below. It's called Blue City. Krillin himself was born in a nearby town. 10 years ago, it was destroyed by Cell. He and the survivors worked hard to rebuild it. Speaking of which, his pupil has a question. If Cell was here, does he think they'd have a chance of beating him? But no, not in the slightest. They wouldn't even last a minute. This surprises Goten, figuring it wouldn't be that lopsided. Is Cell really strong or are they just that bad? This makes Krillin laugh. They're not that bad. Actually, with Goten's power, he thinks he could have gone toe-to-toe with Frieza. But Cell is a real monster. They never face such a powerful foe. But the child states he's not afraid. Krillin will see. He will surpass him and be the one to defeat him. Another year passes. Goten questions what special place they're going to this time. His senior reveals it to be Kami's lookout. And by Kami meaning God. The sheer utterance of this location has his attention. Krillin explains it's a sacred sanctuary where the god of Earth overlooks the planet. His name is Dende. He's a Namekian just like Piccolo. But a god. He must be pretty strong, but asks why his mentor never mentioned him before. But he kind of did. He already told him about Kami, who was one with Piccolo. Dende is the one who took over in his place. He's no warrior, but he possesses great magical abilities, which does ring a bell with Goten. Krillin wants to ask for permission to use the Room of Spirit and Time for a bit. It's a place of total emptiness where a single day on Earth lasts an entire year in there. It's the perfect location to train. His pupil can't believe such a place even exists. It's there where Goku and Gohan trained for the Cell games. He himself used it for 6 months to master the Kaio-ken. It's really tough to get accustomed to the atmosphere there, as you'll see. But Goten only rolls his eyes yet again. If Krillin did it, it'll be a piece of cake for him. Arriving at Korin's tower, he explains how they need to fly to the very top of it. Passing the first temple, Goten wonders if they've arrived. But it's told to him that's where Master Korin lives. A long time ago, Master Roshi was trained by him. After that, Goku was too. Shouting out to the aforementioned and Yajirobe, the pair are shocked to see the sight before them. While the boy wonders if Korin is the cat or the fatty, Korin can't help but bulk at the kid with Krillin. He could swear it was Goku. Soon after, they would arrive at the lookout. Greeting Dende and Popo. The Namek inquires how he's been. It's been a long time. He explains how he thought he might want to meet Goku's son. But cutting him off, Dende blurts out, "You're Goten, right?" Which is strange, as he shouldn't know his name yet. But Popo reminds they are talking to the god of Earth, who tells how he's been watching over Goten since he was a baby. He had also seen the two of them training some time ago, calling them both incredible warriors. Krillin forgot he could see such things from the lookout, figuring there goes the surprise. But yeah, they've been training hard for years now. Naturally, he also knows they've come to use the Room of Spirit and Time. It's all theirs. Quick and easy, they thank the Guardian. With that out of the way, Popo goes to lead him to the room. Since the god of Earth knew they were coming, he already prepared everything for their stay inside. Which brings Dende to question how long they do plan on staying in there. There should be enough provisions for up to 2 years. Krillin assures that'll be more than plenty. They should only be in there a year this time. Without any senzu, staying in any longer could get a bit dangerous. When something catches everyone's attention. Bulma! She jokes Krillin looks as if he's seen a ghost, but he just didn't expect to see her here. It's been like 10 years. And she knows it probably does feel a bit sudden after so long. She just felt it was time to come see him. As the image of young Goten catches her eye. For what reason has Bulma traveled to Kami's lookout? And how much progress will be made by the two warriors upon entering the Room of Spirit and Time?